Yo guys, welcome to a new video, and it's been quite a while since I've done a weekly shopping, but I think this is number 4. So welcome to this week's shopping. And basically I'm doing a 48-hour fast or 44-hour fast. I'm about 24 hours in, so I thought just to prolong my fast I would do a recording, and then I'm also going to be training as well tonight. So I'm just trying to basically spend as much time throughout the day doing things to kind of keep myself productive, and then hopefully obviously my fast just doesn't seem that bad. So it doesn't seem that hard to kind of attain. It's quite easy when you keep yourself busy. So today's shopping worked out really well. I got about £13 on discount. So I had £7 discount if you spend over £50, and then I also had my colleague discount, which I got about £5 off. So it was about £57, but then I got it for about 48, I think, in the end. So I got 3 bags. I don't know if you can see. Just lower the camera down. We have 3 bags and they are all nice and full. So I'm just going to pick through the bags and we will go through there and see what we've got. So there's going to be some things that I've added to the diet and some things that I've taken away. There were some blueberries that I couldn't get because they didn't have any in stock. So I will be getting some of those from my local small Tesco's. Other than that, I think there was everything. Yeah, I think it was just the blueberries that I couldn't find. They were out of stock. But other than that, I got basically everything that I normally consume on a daily basis. So the first things we're going to have is the 90% dark chocolate, and this is by Lindt, and then you can see here 90% dark chocolate. And dark chocolate is the second most powerful antioxidant in the world. It has the number 2 rating. So powerful antioxidants, and it's cacao powder. It's completely different to normal chocolate. So it is dark chocolate, but it's not really the same, you know, it's completely different to normal original chocolate, which has loads of sugar in. And then the next thing we have, these are on offer, so I already have these in my cupboard. I normally buy them on Amazon, but these are actually cheaper than Amazon. So I got my sunflower seeds mix, as you can see here, and then I also got my flax seeds as well. So these are around £4.50 each, and as you can see, they're quite large. They last me about a month and a half. The next thing we got was our salmon, and this is the new addition to the diet. I've been having salmon now for 3 weeks or about 2 weeks, just because the huge amount of DHA that is in salmon, really good. It's basically your krill oil. So krill oil is basically DHA, which is a higher and more potent form of fish oil. So you're going to get really good omega-3s out of this. So I got basically a kg of salmon, and this was on offer, so it was supposed to be £5 for each bag, and I got it for £3. So it cost me £9, and I got around a kilogram. So I'm basically gonna chop these up, and I will put, well, they're already chopped up, so I'll just basically put these into the fridge, and then I'll pick at them as and when I need throughout the week. So the only meat I'm consuming is basically salmon at the moment. So, and it has been like that for quite a while. I went about a month with no meat, and then now I've been having salmon into the diet. Like I say, mainly due to the brain benefits, the cognitive benefits, the DHA, the really good fatty acids that's coming out of the fish. So let's have a look what we got next. We have some gluten-free oats. And as you probably see, I am not a full ketogenic person right now, but the only carbs I do have, I'm very smart with the carbs I have. If I have carbs, they have to be gluten-free, because I feel that I personally have a gluten intolerance. So my body doesn't react very well to gluten. I can just see that visually. I haven't had any tests from the doctors, but I just know intuitively that when I eat gluten-free carbs, my body's fine. And if I switch up, I just know that there's something not right. So always have gluten-free products if I'm going to be having any kind of carbs. The next item we have are our 5 beans. Now I only had 2 of these because I already have some in the cupboard. So these are Heinz 5 beans, and we get basically 5 lots of beans. So we've got red kidney beans, we've got some pinto beans and some haircut beans, and a couple others. These are naturally high in protein, really good with the fiber. I think there's, yeah, so we've got about 19 grams of fiber per can, and half a can is 1 of your 5 a day. So yeah, so a full can is basically 2 of your 5 a day. You've got nearly 20 grams of fiber, 20 grams of protein. Awesome to have on a stir fry. mixing with some salmon and stuff like that. So really good with bulking up the meal. Obviously they're not keto friendly because there's about 50 grams of carbs, but like I say, I'm more cyclical ketogenic. I'm ketogenic in the day, and then within 2 hours at night, I basically have my carbs. So I'm smart with, you know, the way I have my carbs and the way I cycle my carbs into my diet, but I'm not full on ketogenic. The next item we have some Kerrygold butter, and this is for basically cooking in. This is grass-fed butter, and we also have that for my bulletproof coffee as well. You've got your polyphenols, which are really good for your brain. They help promote BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotropic factor. So it basically helps create neurogenesis, which is the process of new neurons within the brain. So the more BDNF production you can get stimulated through polyphenols, MCT oil and stuff like that, it's going to be really good for brain, really good for focus, cognitive function and everything else. The next item is organic carrots, and these are basically for my kale smoothie. I have 100 grams of carrots in my kale smoothie, and these are going to be really good for basically getting us some nutrients straight away into the kale shake with everything else that I have in there. These are great little snacks that I just brought because they're on offer. They're normally £2 a bar, but I got them for £1 because they're on offer. These are some Kind, and they're basically, this one is dark chocolate, nuts and sea salt. They are gluten-free, dairy-free, high in fibre, no artificial colours, 60% nuts. Amazing snack. I absolutely love these. I have these when I'm at work, when I'm working at the weekend. And then this one is salted caramel and sea salt, as you can see there. Like I say, great little snacks, only 200 calories. Probably not keto friendly because they're about 15 to 16 grams of carbs, but they're low in sugar, and like I say, it's all natural, so they get the tick for my diet. The next thing we have in this bag, left anyway, is basically just some, so put them to one side, and that is one of the bag. We have 2 left. So within this bag we have our oat milk, and this has got 30% more fibre. We have some vitamins and minerals in there as well, your B12 and B6. I just prefer this to having milk. Now milk's good, but unfortunately all the carbohydrates are all sugar. Whereas this one, you've got 6.6 grams of carbs and only 3 grams of sugar. So it's a little bit better, a little bit healthier. And like I say, we have some vitamin D in there. We have some vitamin B12 and B2 as well. So this is, I got 3 of these. They're about £1.25 each. Great for my protein shakes, and also great for my cereal, so my oats and stuff like that. And then the next thing we have is our chopped up avocado, and this is a frozen pack of avocado. Now I love Sainsbury's for having this in stock. It's basically just, it's more convenient because it's frozen, and if you can try, I have my frozen blueberries and frozen avocado in with my kale shake, and because it's frozen it makes it like into a smoothie. You could add ice, but this kind of just basically eliminates having to add ice, and it's free, £2.80, and you get 5 70-gram servings, so it's 350 grams and it's only £2.80. So it just works out really well, and it's really convenient. So the next thing we have, and we have 3 of these as well, and I'll show you each one. So I have a hot and spicy stir fry mix, as you can see there, and these are, half a pack is one of your 5 a day. And the whole pack, as you can see there, only has 180 calories in. That's on the high end. Some of them only have 160. And you can have this, look, 3 to 4 minutes. Simply stir fry in 3 to 4 minutes. So it's just such a great way to add volume to a meal. I mean, literally a pack of stir fry, 100 grams, or some salmon, chopped up salmon, you know, an avocado on the end with some Heinz beans, or, you know, something else, some cheese on top, whatever. I mean, you can literally make any type of meal and add stir fry with it. So these are £1.25. I got 3 of these just because they're just so good to add to a meal. I'm not going to not have them because they're just so, you know, they're nutritious, they're healthy, they're low in calories, they're good volume, 2 of your 5 a day. I mean, what more can you want? So then we've got a mixed pepper one as well. And then these are the 2 other Outpro oat milk, and my taste buds have changed so much because that oat milk is so sweet for me when I have like a mouthful of it, whereas before I mean, normal ice cream was just like, it was nice, but it wasn't like, drinking that now, I really feel the sweetness, even though it's not mega sweet, but because my taste buds have changed so much throughout the years of living fairly healthy, which is all good. Okay, the last bag, and this bag is quite compact, so we have a lot of veg in here. So we have 3 stems of broccoli, and as you can see there, great to add to a meal. I basically add normally a full stem or half a stem, depending on the size of the stem, to a meal, and I just chop it up on the side and chop it into little pieces, so it kind of gets all like dissipated onto the meal. You can kind of cut it slowly, and it's, instead of having big chunks of broccoli, you can kind of get really small and mixes them with a stir fry really well. High in fiber, high in potassium, so that's a really important factor because near enough everyone is potassium deficient. Okay, the next thing we have is our avocados, and talking about potassium, these are also equally high in potassium as the broccoli, and these are great sources of fat. A top food for brain health, cognition. There we go. So I got 6 avocados. They were £1.50 for 3, so £3 for 6. They were on offer as well. We also have I don't know how many is there, 6 organic bananas. Great sources of quick energy, a low glycemic food, very high in potassium. Weirdly enough, equally as high in potassium as the broccoli and the avocado. Very low in calories, you're talking 80 calories a banana, and very quick sources of carbs. So great for after a workout. And like I said, I mainly have them because they're a low glycemic food, so they don't spike your insulin levels that much. Basically the same as an apple, and they're around 55 GI on the glycemic index, so very low. And then also the potassium. So I'm very conscious about my potassium levels. I try to make sure that you should be having 3,500 milligrams a day. No one, mainly I would say 90% of the population, are probably having it 1,000 to 1,200. 5 days a week, I'm at least having 3,500. At the weekends, it's around 1,600 because I don't have my kale shake. So just purely because I go home for the weekend. But mainly, if you try and keep your potassium high, bananas, broccoli, avocados, stuff like that is going to really help getting your potassium. Okay, the next thing we have, and coming to the end, is basically our kale shake ingredients. So we have the infamous kale. We have 3 bags of kale. This is just curly kale, £1 a bag, so you can't go wrong. As you can see there, 3 bags. And then I think the last one, or second to last, is our organic spinach, and then our limes. So I always get organic spinach just because I feel like organic just is a lot better for you, a lot fresher, and quite cautious about where, you know, my vegetables are coming from. If I can try and get them from the best sources possible, I just feel better in my head that I'm getting them from a good place. And then the last item is our limes, and the limes are for our apple cider vinegar drink, which I have in the morning. So 1 lime squeezed, 20 millilitres of apple cider vinegar, and then basically about 2 grams of pink Himalayan salt. And that is going to wrap up our shopping. And if I can find a receipt. The shop was around £57.76, I think. And then basically I paid, so I got £13 off on discount. So I paid £44.51. So not a bad shop. Like I say, I had some really good discount. With Nectar, they gave me £7.50 off if I spend £50. And then also I had my colleague discount as well. So that's going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You kind of got an in-depth look at my diet. You know, this is what I eat every week. I tried to be as authentic as possible with my Instagram posts, my Instagram videos, showing you what I do, my yoga, my workouts, my reading, my nutrition. I practice what I preach. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If I gave you any good suggestions to add into your diet, you know, leave a comment, tell me your story, and if you would like any personalized programs, fitness programs, meal plans, consultations, they are all available through the link in the description. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.